Sweet Caroline, meow, 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 from Wednesbury to Willenhall. Hello there, good morning and welcome to Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures on this crispy Monday morning. Got my grey bobble hat on and got my gloves on and my black Timberland, and today we're going to be going on to Caroline Coaches 23A from Wednesbury to Willenhall. Now the 23 was recently extended to Willenhall, and Caroline awarded the TFWM contract from Diamond Bus, and Diamond Bus used to run between Wednesbury and Portobello, and it was worked by the Mellistrators, and the route was also operated by Riva a long time ago. And of course the 23A, which is the new version added to the route, replaces part of the former 80 service from Bilston to Moxley that was operated by Diamond Bus, IGO and even the Riva, and dated back as the 680. Sadly the 80 was dropped due to obvious reasons, but obviously other bus services cover the route, so not all of the route is isolated, so at least there's still a connection to the places where the 80 went. And obviously, as you know, we've got to get out and get on riding on the buses, and so it's going to be a lovely day. Also going to be catching up with Black Country Traveller, who's going to be joining me on this trip as well. First time this year that Black Country Traveller is joining me on this excursion, and so we're going to explore a variety of different routes from the point of view. So I'm walking along to Merry Hill Shopping Centre, where I'm going to get on the first bus of the day, which is the number 7 service up to Dudley, operated by NXWM, and that service runs from Wollaston through Stalebridge and Light and comes up to Merry Hill, and then it goes across the Salt Wells and goes into the centre of Dudley. And then I'm going to jump onto the number 11 service that goes towards Walsall, which is operated by Pensnet. The 7's also operated by Pensnet. It was operated by Wolverhampton, and the 11's was originally operated by Walsall Garage. And the 11 dates back to the 311, whilst the 7 dates back to the 276, but back in the day it was the 247 and 248. So if I don't see you next, I'll see you up in Wednesbury, where I'll be joined by Black Country Traveller. So let's have some fun. So as I say, get out and get riding. Right then, here we are. We are just now departing from Wednesbury, and we're on our way to Willenhall on an Enviro 200 ADL MMC. And this was also one of the new routes that Caroline had awarded off Diamond. And also they've got the 41 off Diamond. And of course they've got the 3s on the Sundays and the late evenings, which was actually National Express West Midlands' route. So here we go. We're just now departing from Wednesbury bus station. So there's the 11 going towards Walsall. Right Eclipse Urban 2 Mark 2 Saloon. Obviously it'll all be B7s or Enviro 200s on the 11s, because obviously you wouldn't get double decker buses on the 11s, because due to the fact that there's actually a low bridge en route, so that means a decker cannot operate the 11s. I might be wrong, but I think it might be down to the low bridge. So here we go, departing from Wednesbury to Willenhall. So we're now on our way to Willenhall, and so I just hope you enjoy the journey. This is one of the new routes that Diamond that Carolean coaches have taken over. So if you look back years ago when it was just the 23 operated by Diamond Bus, the bus route was regularly worked by Stratters, but also it was worked by street lights. A street light made an appearance on the route, especially the X226 ones, and also a Plaxton Centro Electric. But when Diamond did it originally, it only went as far as Portobello. It did not continue on to Willenhall, because Willenhall was actually added onto the route as part of the bus service improvement plan, the BSIP. And so here we go, now leaving Wednesbury for Willenhall, and we're also going to go via part of the 80 service, which was also covered on this corridor. And well, we're going to go via part of the 80. If you remember the 80 from Bilston to Moxley. So Bilston to Moxley, which was a fantastic route back in the day. And Pulsars have done the route as well, Optare Solos, even the Mercedes-Benz Sprinters, which were the newer buses to come on the route. Even though the legroom is tight, but obviously they are the new up-to-date smaller type vehicles. And so here we go, we're now on our way towards Bilston, so we'll be going to Bilston first. Now, now obviously I had to put the video on mute because there's a lot of gossiping going on in the background, so just beware on that. And so I just hope that you enjoy the journey, and we'll continue with more and more exciting vlogs on the channel in days and weeks and months to come. So just enjoy it. So we've got over 1,000 subscribers, and when this, and as well as Diamond used to operate this route, it was also operated by Choice Travel on the 80. So Choice Travel did the 80, and even iGo buses did the 80 as well. And I think Choice Travel did the 23. I know Amela was always a regular on the 80, but now the 80 stopped running. So here we go. I'm just parked up, and we're now going to be on our way towards Bilston. So I'll see you when we get to Bilston. Enjoy the scenery. Okay then, here we go. We're just now setting off from Bilston to Willenhall. So here's 1806, known as Glynis, in the old red and white livery. And that's working the 39s towards Walsall. And the 530's behind us, and that's YD63 UZY, the X-Spigo Optercello SR that was a regular on the 891 service to Telford. And that's one of my favourite banger routes from Wolverhampton, the rural route. And of course you do have my other favourite, the 558, another rural route. There's a handful of good rural routes in Wolverhampton. So we're now at a roundabout, so we're going to go like vice versa, a bit like the speed of a runway, to go towards Willenhall. And we were at Bilston previously when we did the 224 video, if you remember the 224 video from Sedgley. So there goes the 530 up towards Rocket Pool. The red and blue leather seats. I like the leather seats myself. So there's a sign there: Wednesbury, Moxley, Darlow, Darlaston. Oh, don't know why I refer it as Darlow. Darlow. It's like Wolverhampton, Wolvo, Bilston, Bilstonia, Kidderminster, Kiddie, Coventry, Covo, Birmingham, Brum. Also Telford, Telfordio, and Shrewsbury Salad, and quite a few nicknames like Bridge North, Bridgey or Bridgeo. Oh, 530 going towards Wolverhampton, sorry, not Rocket Pool. It's just right in front of us. So here's Bilston Morrison's. I believe that was a Safeways a long time ago, I'm not sure. So here we go, we're now following. So this is the Morrison's supermarket. There's actually also, I believe there's also a Co-op travel agents within the store itself. Of course we've got Bilston Market, and here's the Williams swimming baths. Well, back in the day, leisure centres were referred to swimming baths, but I still like to call it swimming baths, like Dudley swimming baths, Alzheimer's swimming baths. Sign here for Dudley, A463, A4123 and the M5. Here's the community fire station. So there's a fire station here, so blue light pass there. I know how much you love your fire engines, emergency vehicles. That's a good shout out to you. So 530 is just now at the roundabout. That's going to turn off left to go towards Wolverhampton. I do like the 530 route from Wolverhampton to Bilston and Rocket Pool. So that's the one with the leather seats. So we're just about to overtake the 530 YD63 UZY. So that was one of my favourite buses. That's one of my favourite buses on the 891. I love that. Well, when it was on the 891 a lot. Well, it does come on the 891 now and again, but not all the time. But it's nice to see a bit of mixture. But obviously with Enviros now on the 891, it's a bit like the number 10. It's like a bit like the number 10 again, because if you remember, the number 10 used a lot of Enviro 200s. So there's Millfields Road, and that's style. That's style choice. Da, 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 da. Obviously, because that was their original advert years ago. Tile choice. And so we're coming across this route where I've never ever come across in my life. I never came across here back then. So we're now sharing with the 23. So 23 and 23A comes down this way. time is now 11:38, so we should. So we've been half an hour away from So we've been half an hour away now from Wednesbury. So there's the tracks again. Here we are. Anyway, here we go. We are now travelling along. So the authority now is under Wolverhampton City Council, but obviously the bus services are actually funded on behalf of Transport for West Midlands. The only authority of the bus services changes is like when bus services go out of the borough, like Wolverhampton heading towards Cannock, Stafford, Telford, Bridge North, and part of Wombourne, because obviously Wombourne comes under Staffordshire, and of course when you come Walsall to Lichfield and Cannock, that's off the border, the TFWM boundary, and also when we come off the boundary of Stafford. Of Stourbridge when we go towards Worcestershire and Kimber. So the bus we've got is an Enviro 200 MMC, which is used from different which is also seen with different operators like Custom Operator, Tannock Valley, Chase Rider, Diamond have got them now, and even National Express have got a handful, but those are the big ones. And I remember Johnson's having some years ago. And also Lakeside has got some as well. So here we are. So we're near Willenhall, so we're now over at the Stow Lawn area, and Stow Lawn is also served by the Sunday and weekday to Saturday evening 26A, which is operated by Diamond buses, and it's a surprise that the 26A doesn't run full time every 7 days, because that will be a brilliant route, or even if it got renumbered to the 26, but obviously it's probably the way how it's planned. So now at by Green Park area, so this is like Green Park, not to be confused with Green Park on the London Underground network, which is served by the Piccadilly, Jubilee and Victoria lines. Portobello, there's also a Portobello down in London, which is at Lambert Grove, which is served by the Circle and Hammersmith and City lines, which dates back to the Metropolitan line, the Metropolitan Railway. We're now going towards, so Willenhall shouldn't be far away now. We've had a long trip so far. for lost time. It's quite a decent route, the 23A, on the main 23. So we now come to Prouds Lane. So this is Prouds Lane. To Cumberland Avenue, well, Cumberland Road, sorry, Cumberland Road. Now I've got to keep going down this, like, I think this might be a council estate, I don't know, because obviously with these flats being like padlocked, so it might potentially be a council estate. Langdale Drive. Park. Collins Road. Bunkers Hill Lane, so we're going to be turning left onto Bunkers Hill Lane. So Willenhall shouldn't be long now, we shouldn't be long into Willenhall, and got Freeman Place. Moseley Road. Down here is 23A 82, 303. So we're now going to go on to White Road, I think. Just waiting for the intersection. Just getting there. So we are doing well. So this was a former Arriva service, and then it was operated by Diamond, and Diamond had operated the service up until the start of the year, and then the route was passed from Diamond to Carolean Coaches. And Carolean Coaches' first route is the 19 route from Walsall to Bloxwich, which was operated by Chase Rider, National Express West Midlands, IGO, well, with NX doing the Sundays, and Diamond did it as well. Arriva did it, and I know that was an old Travel West Midlands route back in the day. So we're also now combined with the 326. So the 326 now comes along this route from Bilston, which is operated by Diamond, and Diamond's been operating the route for a while. Diamond gave it up originally for IGO since after taking over from Arriva. So you've got the Royal Oak pub, which is now boarded up. Handful of pubs are closed, and there is a bit of a secret here. There actually used to be an old set of 1929 pylons, but obviously those pylons have now been demolished for whatever the reason. And I'm just looking right here, is Asa Outlaw. No, it's Asa, which I confuse myself as like, and
whatever you do, do not say it has to have long. It has to have long. And obviously, I've not been to Willenhall for a while, but I have been through here on the 57 route from Wolverhampton, and of course you've got the 529 that goes towards Walsall, and of course Willenhall is also home to what was the former Hooties discount store, which is now the Range. And, so yeah.
Now we're taking a diversion on the 23A into Willenhall, because apparently the road is closed off. So this is going to be our route into Willenhall. So we're just going along this sort of road, and we'll be coming by the side of the Range, which was traditionally known as Hooties, if you remembered Hooties back in the day. One of the most popular discount stores for those Black Country lovers. I'm sure you'd all remember Hooties. It was a good top brand name that was here in Willenhall, and with it being its main standalone store first, and then started to expand across to Erdington in North Birmingham and to Kidderminster in Worcestershire. But however, the company was sold to the Range, but only one store became the Range, which was this one here in Willenhall. So here's the Range here in Willenhall at the Longacres Industrial Estate, and was actually opened by Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen, a celebrity interior designer. And so here we go. We're just now on our way into so we're now on our way to Willenhall, into Willenhall town centre, where the journey will terminate. And thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you for another video, which will be on after this. And I will include the actual version of the 23A, possibly maybe tomorrow. Even though most of the video will be repeated narration, but I'll just show you what the route should have done. But obviously there was this diversion, so that's why the service was running a bit late coming in. Because of this diversion. So here we are. We're now at Willenhall, where this service terminates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again for another video on Joe's Bus Train Plane Lift Adventures. This is Willenhall. Thank you. Hello there everyone, and welcome to the 23A service going from Wednesbury to Willenhall. So we're on the 23A, Wednesbury to Willenhall via Bradley or Braidley, and this is operated by Carolean Coaches, or is it Carolean, I don't know. And so, as you know, this is a throwback to February. Obviously, to save having to do it all over again, I've decided to add a stream onto the updated version, so that means it shows that we're doing the actual route, because obviously there was a diversion on the original video, if you might have seen. So this was introduced into the 23 corridor at the start of the year, taken over from Diamond Bus, and also was merged via the former 80 service that used to run from Bilston to Moxley. And most of the 80 is missed out because obviously it's served by other routes serving the area. But Carolean coaches had taken over most of the section and numbered it the 23A. And Carolean coaches, they operate a fleet of Enviro 200 MMC buses. And of course they do have the Vision bus, ADL Enviro 200. So there is a good choice of buses that Carolean operates. And so as you know, I do enjoy travelling on Carolean coaches, and I also enjoy travelling on Diamond buses as well. So we come into a bridge right now which carries the metro. And as you probably know, I did this route. As you know, oh, hello, Wolverhampton bus lad. If you remembered, I was actually with him on that trip when I did the 23A route. And he liked that video. He liked that video when I did that intro. Sweet Carolean, bap, 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 from Wednesbury to Willenhall on the 23A. So anyway, we're now at Bradley Lane, or is it Bradley Lane? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's weird, isn't it? You might think of it being named after, like, for example, maybe Bradley Walsh off The Chase. Oh my goodness. Soon I'm going to be playing this, the Income the Chaser theme. So we're now at, so we're just going round the Tight Estate. Of course, as you know, Carolean coaches operate a handful. Most of their buses are small, so it's perfect for a smaller vehicle to get around. And hello, Solid Snake Cubed. Yeah, the 23A is a good route. Yeah, the 23A is a brilliant route. So we're now coming into Bilston. Well, the next part of the journey, we're going to go upwards now. So we're going up Wilkinson Avenue. Haha, Wilco Avenue. Named after that budget retail store that went bust 2 years ago, but then got bought out by the Range. Oh. So we're now coming to Loxdale Street. So anyway, here is the round church of Bilston. So we're now coming to the roundabout. So here we are, just now arriving at Bilston Bus, coming into the centre of Bilston. And I've actually got a secret I'm going to share with you. I'm actually going to share you a secret, and I'm sure you're all going to guess. So anyway, we're here at Bilston Bus Station right now. And when I did the 224 service, when it was operated by Diamond Bus, as you probably might have remembered, I spotted a lone figure eating chips from Major's Chippy in the town, and obviously I was thinking, seems a good Seems like he's enjoying his chips. And we were getting on the 5:30 to Wolverhampton. I got to the back of the bus, and then all of a sudden, I heard something. I heard my voice being played on somebody's device. I looked around. I was thinking, "Hey, that voice sounds like me." So I looked around, and then the figure was actually sat in front of me, and the I don't know what to say really. Anyway, the figure was sat in front of me on the bus, and I said to him, "Hey, are you watching my YouTube channel?" And then he got into excitement, and he revealed himself as Black Country Traveller, as he was back in the day. Now Wolverhampton bus. Anyway, he was with me on the 23A as well when we did the full circuit to Willenhall, and gosh. He's always like, I really enjoyed the humour I sent to you, Rubaks, and also about the viral TikTok of the 15 off. Anyway, as you know, banter only issues a one-way ticket. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm saying that. Banter only issues a one-way ticket. It does. So anyway, back to the video. After all that gossiping, we're now going on towards Willenhall. Now, when I originally did the 23, when Diamond did it, it only went between Bilston and Willenhall. I only went between Wednesbury and Bilston, and it only went from Wednesbury to Portobello, but obviously the stretch to Willenhall was added when Caroline Coaches took over. So anyway, we're now by, there's the Mackey's there, there's McDonald's. So there's Mackey's in Bilston for all those Mackey lovers. And I'm sure someone would like a Mackey's. And oh my God, that's style, that's value, that's tile choice. Anyway, there's tile choice, that place here, that tile place here in Bilston. So we're now on our way towards Willenhall. Now I'm actually gonna show you that random diversion that I took. Well, obviously I'm gonna show the actual route going into. I'm actually going to show this the actual route into the Willenhall area. Oops, sorry. Obviously, this is a bit of a twist. I went a little bit too fast on the 23. So anyway, we're now at Green Park, not Green Park on the London Underground, Jubilee, Piccadilly and Victoria lines. This is actually over in the Stowlawn area. So we're now going down Moseley Road. Oops. Don't want to miss turn again. Obviously, I can do this for fun anyway. I can always make some skits just to make you all laugh. And Oh, Wolverhampton bus lad, are you going to the Wolverhampton Depot Open Day this August on the 10th? Oh yes, I'm definitely going. I shall see you there. So we're now coming down Somerford Place. Now this was the bit what the 23A was meant to be doing, but obviously with the diversion we had to bypass this place. So here we are. Welcome to Willenhall, the terminus of the 23A service. So here we are in Willenhall. Yeah, that day when you heard your voice, it was me watching your videos. That day will never be forgotten. Of course. Thank you for watching, guys.